Hi everyone, this is Sunny, and today I had come up with one more new session on Python. So let's start our session. Let's start with tuples. So what are tuples? Tuples are same as list, but the only difference here is we cannot modify items of tuples. They are immutable and ordered. So let's understand what it exactly means. For that, let's open PyCharm, which is a tool where we practice our Python commands. If you have not installed this, I will suggest to go through my previous sessions and you will get better idea to install the same. Now here, let's create a new file. And how to create a file here in PyCharm? Click on the plus icon, select Python file, just give it a name here. So let's give it test2, or let's give it a meaningful name, tuple, and then hit enter. You can see from the left side the file gets created, name as test2 tuples with extension py, which means this is a Python file. So now let's create a tuple. For that, let's create some variable month. Now here, let's give Sunday. Now hit press tab. You will get all the list here, which you can see we didn't have to write everything. Now if you want to print, which command we use? Print. Now hit tab and then execute this. And how to execute? Click here. So we are getting error because you can see it's not a correct file which we are executing. On the top it is test2 tuples, but our file is test2 tuple. So to avoid any confusion, what you can do, select our file, which is our file which we created, to the right click and run it. Run test2 tuple. You can see we get the list here: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So this is our output. Now if you want to check the type of this tuple, of this variable, which is month, which we have declared, what we use? Print type and month. So click here. You can see the class is tuple, which means this month is of variable. The month, the variable that we have declared here, is of class tuple. So now let's understand how tuple is ordered and immutable. Now let's try to modify this tuple. So month, and how to modify? Now we will give the index here. Let's change at index 1 equal to, let's make it Friday. Okay, so month, which is our variable, which is our tuple. So at index 1 we are changing this, modifying to Friday. Will it work? Let's see. So it's throwing error. Tuple object does not support item assignment, so we cannot modify tuple. Okay, and neither we can change the order here. So here we can use some functions. So let's use some functions here and see whether they will work or not. For now we can comment this because it will not work. And how to comment? You can use the hash icon. Sorry. Now print month dot count. So we can use here tab. Friday is there. Is Friday there? Let's see. 0. So we are getting 0 count because Friday is not present in this tuple. So let's change to Monday. You can see we get 1, which means the count of Mondays to, if we change here, let's add one more Monday, 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 and now let's execute this again. We get the count as 2, okay, in the output, which you can see below. So it's working as expected. Now if you want to check the index, you can check that as well. See, the index of Monday is, let's execute and let's comment it. To avoid any confusion, we are doing the comment here, and now let's execute this again. So we are checking the index of Monday, which is 1. So 0 and 1. So the index is 1. If you want to check the index of Sunday, it will give us 0. See, it is 0. And now one more thing. Let's say you have to reassign the tuple. You don't want Sunday, Monday, you have some other tuple. You want to rewrite or you want to reassign some other list to the tuple which is month, which is storing this tuple. So you can that as well. Let's say you want to reassign this equal to 1, 2 and 3 or 4. See, so we have reassigned the same tuple which was month. Now if we print here, we can comment this, and now we will print the tuple again. What it will give us? Will it give us Sunday, Monday, or it will give us 1, 2? It will give us 1, 2. Let's see. See, it is 1, 2. So we can reassign our tuple which we have created, the existing tuple. Now coming to dictionaries. So let's understand dictionaries. Dictionaries store information in key value pair. So let's understand how to store values in key and value pair. Let's go to PyCharm again. Now we will comment this out because it's not required, and we will comment this also with hash sign. Now we will declare dictionary. For that we will use marks equal to inverted commas. Now let's say we have Hindi and the marks are 10, and then we have math and marks are 20. Okay, I think that is enough. Marks are 20. So this is how to declare our dictionary. Now you can see we get this, like we don't have to type this, it is getting auto, like from Python. You can see this tool is so powerful that when we are just typing P, we are getting everything by own. You just have to press tab. So now if we execute this from here, we are getting, so this is what is this? As I said, dictionaries store data in key value pair. So this is key, which is Hindi, and this is value, which is 10. So for math, which is key, and this is value. Now if you need the data, so you have to give the key here, Hindi, which is the key, and for that we will get 10. So let's execute this. See, for Hindi we get 10, and for math we get 20. So we simply need to give key and we will get value for that. So this is how we can store data in dictionaries. Now let's say if we just type print marks tab. So let's say we will give ENG, English, which is not there. Okay, so English is not there in the dictionary. Now we are trying to print this. So simply, if you want to like comment the whole like multiple lines, you can simply press Ctrl and /. Okay, and to uncomment this again, you can simply press again the same Ctrl and /, Ctrl and /. So you can comment multiple lines at same time with easily. Now, so let's say what we get here. We're getting error. It means if this key is not present in the dictionary, and when we try to get the output for that, we get error. So to avoid these types of errors, what we can do, we can use like print marks, which is our dictionary dot get function, and then when we try to get the same English here, so earlier it was giving us error, so now let's say we're trying again to get the same key. We are giving the same key for which we are getting error, but now we use get function. So let's see what we get now. See, we didn't get error. It's yes true, we didn't get any output, but we didn't get any error. So to avoid any error which doesn't looks good on the interface, so you can use this function, which is get function, to get that value which is not existing in the dictionary. Now coming to next, so if you have to add some value, key value in the dictionary, in the existing dictionary, what you can use, let's use that. So now this English is not there. What you can do, marks eng equal to 20. So we have added this like English which was not there, for which we were getting error. So we'll comment here this, and now we have added this to our dictionary. Now we are trying to print marks. So let's see what we get. We get English also. Now you can see English has been added to the same existing dictionary. So by this way we can add, and if you want to delete also, you can delete that by using del marks Hindi. So we are deleting this Hindi, which is a key. So let's see, and we will cut here, Control X, and then we will try to paste here. So now when we execute this, you can see Hindi is not there in this dictionary. We have deleted that. Okay. So now we have done tuples, we have done dictionary. Now let's understand sets. What are sets? Sets are unordered and unique. What it means, so we only have the unique data present in the sets. Now we cannot have duplicate data in sets. So let's try this. Let's understand this practically. Now here we'll comment this. As I said, how to comment, you can simply press Ctrl and /. Now let's create a variable my set equal to inverted commas, and then we'll give as Sunday. Okay, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So we had created a my set here of Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and now we will try to add some value to the sets. Okay, so let's try to add some duplicate value. So to add that, my set dot add Hindi. So we are trying to add, so let's try to add Monday, okay, and print my set. Let's see what we get. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Sunday. If you just notice here, see, we are trying to add Monday, and Monday is already there in this set. And now if you can check the output here, one thing which you will notice here, it's ordered Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Sunday. So here when we are declaring it is Sunday first and then Monday, Tuesday, it's not ordered. But here when you can check the output, it is ordered. As I said in the definition, it is unordered and unique element. Okay, I think it is unordered, so we can have, I think that doesn't make any difference, so we can have this unordered. Okay, but when we are getting the output, we get this ordered. So that will not create any difference, and that is not the concern here. What we need to understand, when we try to add this Monday, which is already there, it's not getting added. But if you try to add Friday, so let's execute this. See, we are getting Friday. But when we are trying to add the same thing again, it's not getting added. So we are getting the unique data in the output, which you can see here. Okay, but same was not happening with list. But in sets, you cannot have duplicate data. It will not add the duplicate data for sets. Now here you try to adding value to sets. We cannot insert duplicate value, which we have already seen. So you cannot add duplicate values. Now converting list to set. So let's say we have some list and we want to convert that to set. How we can achieve that? So let's see. Now here what we will do, first comment this by control and /, and we will try to add some list. And how to add list? My list equal to, so let's say we have 1 2 3 1 2 3 and we are trying to execute, so we are getting 1 2 3 as a list. Now we have to convert this list, so let's add some duplicate value 1 2 3 3 and 4. Execute here. See, this is duplicate data. In list we can have duplicate data, but now we want to convert this to set. So how we can achieve that? Let's see. Converting list to set. So days set is equal to set my list, so which is our like list. So we'll declare here one more variable, my set, which is of my set, and then so we are converting my list. This is variable my list, and this we are converting to my set, which is of set. Okay, yeah, correct. And then we will try to execute, we will try to print this my set. Okay, so by this way we can convert list. So this is list, our list, and in which we have duplicate data, and then we have declared one more variable which is of set, my set, and then with this set function we are converting this my list to set. Okay, and then we are trying to print our my set. And now when we try to execute this, earlier we are having the duplicate data, which is 3 3, you can see in the output here. Now when we try to execute here, so we are not having duplicate data. 3 is coming only once. Okay, by this way you can convert my list to set. Getting input from user and print. Now how to get input from user and then to print, to make it some like little bit dynamic. So let's understand that how to do that. So let's comment this again, control and /. So let's declare a variable here, user name is equal to, so to get the input from user you can use input and then enter your username and try to print that username and see what we get. So let's execute here, enter username, we'll give sorry, it get okay. Sunny. So we are able. So see here, we had given the input here, and then it has gives us that output. Now we want to make it better, like if you want to do the concatenation, like you want to add some more with this user, like welcome user, what you can do, which we have already done, print, you can use F, and then here can do the concatenation, welcome, and then username you can give that in inverted commas to make it dynamic. Okay, so formatting is done, you can close that. Sorry, okay, so F we use for the formatting, and then okay, this is not required here. Now let's execute this again. Enter username. So we had not given, we will execute this one more time. Enter username, Sunny. We are getting now welcome Sunny. We have done the concatenation here with the output that we get from the user, which is Sunny. Okay, by this way we can get input from user by using the input here. Now program to add two numbers. So let's see now how to create a program for adding two numbers. So we can use the same like input. Let's comment this here. We'll give number 1 is equal to print input, sorry, enter first number. Number 2 is equal to input, enter second number. Number 3, number 3 is equal to number 1 plus number 2. Print number 3. Now let's execute this. Enter first number, we are giving 4. Enter second number, we are giving 5. Now it should give us 4 plus 5 is 9, but it is giving us 45. So it's not adding these two numbers. What it is doing, it is concatenating these two numbers. So it is taking these numbers as a string. So which is like common sense, because this is string. So when we are trying to get this input, so it's like taking this as string and doing the concatenation. So we have to do some more change here, like we have to convert this to int. Okay, and how? We can simply do the casting here. For number 2 also we'll convert this to int and close this here. And now let's say, and here we will also do some formatting. So we can use sum of two numbers is, and this will use inverted commas. So is this correct now? Print. Okay, this is not required. Print sum of two numbers is to some space, and one more bracket we can remove. Okay, I think this looks perfect now. So let's execute here. So what is missing here? Okay, the single code is missing here, which is important. Okay, so now I think it is okay. So let's execute this one more time. Enter first number, let's give 4. Enter second number, let's give 6. So sum of two numbers is 10. So now it is working as expected. So it's adding these two numbers, and this program is now dynamic. Let's comment this again. Control / now we will understand some conditional statements. So typecasting we have already done, like how we have done the casting here. We did the casting, we changed the input from string to integer by using this int here. Now we will understand conditional statements, if else statements. So let's use that. Okay, now if 10 greater than 4, print true, else print false. Okay, so now what we are doing here, we are doing the if condition. If 10 is greater than 4, print true, else print false. Now let's execute this. Is this true? Yes, because 10 is greater than 4. So we want, if 10 is greater than 4, we want to execute this statement, and if it is false, then we want to execute false. So let's make it false. Like if you will make this, if 10 is, so right now it is true, so we will make it 20. So is 10 greater than 20? No. But now, when we execute this now, what we will get false. So let's see, we will get the same or not. It is now false. So this is how we can use the conditional statements. Like if you have some condition, you can use that and then get the output accordingly. And if you don't want to execute, like if this is not true, then you want to give this your statements in else part. Now do some more, like check numbers even or not. So now we will create one more program where we can use like to find out like whether the number is even or not. So let's use that and do this dynamically. We can make this comment out. We can comment this. So we want that number from user. So let's create accordingly. So number is equal to get the number from user, what we use what we have done, input. Okay, input, enter your number. Now, so how to check like number is even or not? We have the condition for that, like if number modulus. So where is modulus? Okay, here. If modulus of 2 is equal to 0, print number is even, else print number is odd. Okay, so this is our condition. So we don't have to type this, but it is very common, it's very easy, you can understand. Like if number is modulus of 2 is equal to 0, if it is getting divided, then print number is even. If it is not getting fully divided, then we want this condition to, this statement to execute. So whatever we will write here in the else part, that will get executed. So let's use this. Let's execute here. So let's give it number as 4 and see it's even or not. Not all arguments. Okay. So why? Okay, I understood, because see, this is taking this number as a string. But as I said, to convert this, to consider this as an input like integer, what we have to do? We have to use int. And then close this in the end. Now execute this again. Enter your number 4. 4 is even. Okay. Let's give 5. Is 5 even? No. In that case, we want to execute this else part. Number is odd. So this program is working as expected. We want the number from the input from the user, which we had given here 5, and then if the modulus of 2 is 0, we want this statement to execute. Else, if it is not, then we want this statement. So this is working as expected. Now check user exists or not. So let's see if this works or not. Again, comment this here, control/. Now create some user list, user data, and how to declare a list here. Ramesh. Okay, so we have this list here. Now if we want to print, you can do that, print. But what we need here, if Suresh is existing or not, if Suresh in user data. Okay, print user exists, else print not exists. Okay, so now we don't need this. If John, if Ramesh in user data. So we are checking like if this Ramesh is present in this list. It is present? Yeah, it is present there. So then in that case we want to print exists, else print not exists. Give the colon here. Like if Ramesh in user data, which is our list user data, if it is existing there, then print exists, else print not exists. So let's execute here. Exists because Ramesh is there. Now if we use here, we will use John. No, sorry, not John, Sunny. So now it should give us not exists because this Sunny is not present in this list. Not exists. So I'm showing you like how you can use conditional statements in your programs. Now moving to next. So I think that is enough for the day. So that was it for today's session. I hope you understood. We'll come up with the next session shortly. Till then, have a nice day. Bye bye. Take care. Be healthy, be safe, and love your family. Bye bye.